Hi, everyone. Welcome to Chair Yoga. As promised, today we are going to focus on today and Thursday as well. So this week's yoga practice will include specific reference to the pranayama or breath work experience of this. I had read from a book over the weekend that inspired me to stick with it. I also had a couple practices myself led by other teachers that were encouraging me along this line to introduce a couple new practices and new techniques of breath work, and then offering up that connection to what we're doing in general. Why would we do such a thing? What's breath work in relation to this practice? And the poem that I sent out, that beginning line of that, was just that opening to the spaciousness of that. That the breath work opens us to a more spacious view. And that includes not only the relationship with our body, which is really important, but also just the relationship with the world and ourselves in it. All those relationships that matter to us and those that we never think about because it's just so vast. I'm reminded of the word namaste, and wanted to read from the banner that I've got on the wall back there, the words of that, because it really helps to give us some focus on what kind of point of view, what kind of spacious point of view we might achieve, if you want to use that word, we might find ourselves in with the practice of yoga, particularly directed by that breath work. So if you'll take a nice strong sit, come into your chair mindfully, maybe using the block to center you. So however you like to place that, on the floor, between your ankles, between your legs, any way at all that gives you some reference that you have found useful. Come into that now and settle into the feeling of your breathing, just the noticing of how your body is breathing. And then let me read this to you. Maybe close your eyes as we just use this as a focal point. It's just this idea of namaste. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. I honor the place in you where the whole universe resides. I honor the place in you of love, of light, of peace, and of truth. I honor the place in you that is the same in me. There is but one. Namaste. So we'll begin our movement, our asana practice. I'm going to introduce the more particular pranayama or breath work sort of in the middle. So let us begin. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you to stand. To begin, we're going to come into a standing position. So I'm going to move my chair a little ways to the side and begin with just a basic standing pose, your mountain pose. The block here is very useful. I like it at various places, between the thighs, between the shins, on the, like between your ankles. I'm going to use it for myself between my shins. And again, I'll just invite you to use it where it feels most comfortable, most meaningful for you to just align yourself now. Turn your palms forward. So you bring your hands in a position that just rotates your arms. It helps your shoulder blades stay on the back body. And this is our basic standing pose, the Tadasana or mountain pose. So take a moment, if you are comfortable, maybe you'll just keep your hand on the chair to give yourself some steadiness, but to close your eyes, to experience this from the very soles of your feet all the way up through the body. I'll guide you through that awareness. So let's just steady ourselves. Palms are facing forward, allowing the shoulder blades to pull back. Engage your abdominal wall so you feel like you're really pulling in, zipping in that abdominal wall for more strength. Maybe squeezing your block just a bit so you can feel the engagement of your leg muscles. And then let's steady the breath where we start that breath from the soles of the feet. So we start to inhale and we travel up through the legs, through the knees, and into the low belly and up to the chest, and finally to the crown of the head. Exhale. As you release that exhale, you're just following your backside of your body all the way down through the back, down through the buttocks and backs of the legs, and down into the soles of your feet. So this circle of breathing connects us to the experience of the full body. Try to breathe in and out through your nose, but if it's uncomfortable to breathe that way, just find your natural breathing rhythm. And imagine that breath circling from the soles of the feet up through the front body to the crown of the head. And the exhalation begins immediately as it flows back down through the backside of your body, back to the soles of your feet. So you're noticing the strength of your legs. You're noticing the strength of your abdominal wall, the expansion of your chest cavity, any amount. And that it just feels tall, strong, and regal. Remember to empty out the entirety of the exhale. That's it. Now feel your feet to the floor. Really feel your feet. Let's just allow the breath to be as it is, not worrying so much now about that circle of breath through the whole length of the body. Let the breath just ease into its natural rhythm as you bring your awareness into your toes and the feet. So you feel how your body weight is being managed in the soles of your feet and in your ankles. Let's flutter the eyes open. We'll begin some gentle movements. Inhale up as we lift the arms up. Exhale, just bring them right alongside the body. I'm going to back up just a little bit. Continue with your breath. We don't need to be in sync. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Feel a lift. When you're coming into your inhale, you feel the lift. Your whole body seems to want to grow taller. Exhale completely. So take your time with it. I know we get in a hurry to move like, oh, I think I'm supposed to be lifting my arms now. Stay with the breath. Let it dictate the movement. Next time arms are up in the air, let's hold that and turn your palms to face each other and then pull back slightly. I'm going to turn, but you don't need to. Your palms are facing each other and you're just gently pulling back with your hands, and it'll lift up that upper thoracic part of your spine into a gentle back bend. Now, if you engage that block between your legs or however you've got it, it's going to help stabilize your low back. So stabilize the low back in any means that you can as you're lifting up, letting the hands pull back for an upper thoracic back bend. Now find the rhythm of your whole breath again. You want to draw a big inhale, a full inhale, and release a full exhale. And then feeling it in your body. And now, one more layer, what could you soften? What could you release and soften so it doesn't feel like you're clenching in any way? I'm going to release the squeeze of my block. It was too much. It was too much. I didn't need all that. Stay with it, finding that full breath as you come into that back bend. Beautiful. Bring your head back to neutral, and arms are neutral. Palms come together now overhead. Inhale with me. Exhale, bow into yourself at your heart. Inhale back up, and exhale, go wide. I'm going to lose the block so I have more freedom of movement. I want a little bit wider stance. And I'm just going to start by moving my hips side to side, shifting my weight, go forward and back. And again, I'm going to give you a side view. You don't need to do a thing, but I'll give you a side view. I think it might be helpful. We're going to bring ourselves into a bit of a squat. Arms are straight, no bend in the elbow. And think about your cow and cat, but primarily now it's movement of the pelvis. So tuck your tail round into the low back and then release that to a tilted tail. So we're keeping a strength with our arms, no bend in the elbow to support movement of the pelvis in a tuck and a tilt. So don't try to get your whole back body to roll into the roundness of the cat and all of that. You're just trying to focus on moving your pelvis from tuck to tilt. And you've got this nice stabilized position. Hands are not on your kneecaps. They're on the fleshy part of your thighs. Feel the grounding of your feet to the earth, the strength of your legs. Tuck and tilt your pelvis. Neck, head, and spine are in alignment. Find your breath. Tuck and tilt. Now slide your hands all the way down your legs, all the way down for a fold. Now again, if this is too much, your head is way down low, then come where you can and support yourself with hands on your legs. So just find the forward fold that works for you. If you can slide your hands all the way down, release the crown of the head, keep your eyes wide open, and breathe in and breathe out. Feel like you're hanging yourself down like a rag doll might. So it's loose. Deepen the breath. Feel your feet. Try to lift your tail up a little bit. Actually, your sit bones, more so your sit bones lifting up. Any amount at all. Just bring your awareness into the buttocks. Lift those sit bones up a bit. Let your head hang like a rag doll might. We're going to jump our hands back to our thighs where we had them for the tuck and the tilt. Come back up to that very position. Let's catch up with our breathing. Let our blood pressure adjust and move right back into the tuck and the tilt when you feel ready for that. Loosening up the low back tightness, finding the strength in the low back instead. Excellent. Let's bring ourselves up to standing all the way up. We're back into our mountain pose, palms face forward, pull in the belly, lift up the chest cavity. Feel your feet. Find your full breath in, followed by the full breath out. Let's raise the right arm up, straight up, reach up as though you're trying to reach for the ceiling. Use your hand, your left hand, to glide down like the seam of your pants as you come into a side fold, side bend. Turn your head according to your neck's needs. So this is where the drishti comes into play. How should I turn my head? Well, that's an inside job. You've got to kind of sort that out. Maybe you look at the floor. Maybe you look, more toward the upper arm. I want you to find your own drishti, where your neck seems to be the most satisfied and supported. Full breath in and out. Gravity will keep deepening this for you. So just be noticing that, allowing wherever you can. Let's come back up, take a pause, reaching up, and then come back to neutral. We'll switch to the other side. Inhale up, reach up. Right hand now is going to glide down the seam of your pants, so to speak. Arm extended overhead by way of your ear. Find your drishti. Don't lock your knees. You don't need locked knees. It's never a stable place to be. Certainly not in a standing upright position. Deepen the breath. Feel your feet to the ground. Up, reach up, and return to neutral. Take a pause in your mountain pose. Strengthen the core. We're going to do the same thing once again, a repeat, changing arms. Find your drishti. Feel gravity's pull. Work with that. Feel it, breathe with it, allow it to deepen this for you. Upright, reach up, exhale down, switch. Glide your hand down the seam of your pants, arm overhead, finding your drishti. Soften the knees. Full breath in and out. Coming back, let's lift up. Palms come together, up and overhead. Let's take our inhale together. Exhale, bow into yourself. Pause at the bowing in. Let your head just drop. Chin drops towards your chest. Pull in the belly. Lift your chest up and stabilize your low back. As we come back up to neutral, I got to move my chair. I don't like the way this is. We're going to come into a little neck movement here. So find that stable base, just like you are in your mountain pose, and just crisscross your arm, one in front, one in back with a bent elbow. So we get the hang of that. When your right arm is in front, turn your head to look right. Pause. Keep reaching your fingertips away from each other. So front arm, the fingertips are reaching in that direction. The back arm, the fingertips are reaching in that direction. So the fingertips are reaching away from each other. It's a subtle move. Turning your head, feeling it in your neck. This is what this is about. Finding some range of movement in the neck. So let's release that. Just alternate for a moment. We'll land with the left arm in front and turn your head in that direction now. And reach your fingertips away from each other. Turn your head. Soften the knees. Find your breath. Feel the range of movement. You're exploring here. So you're turning your head with some curiosity, some exploring of where is my range? Could I kind of come right up to it? Lean into it a little bit. Mindfully pay attention to this experience, exploring more range of movement, perhaps. Release, and I want you to just let your arms kind of come into that flow. Let's do the other side again. Turning. Pull your fingers away from each other. Deepen the breath, exploring some more. Exhale completely. I'm opening my mouth, I'm noticing. I feel like I really got to release tension in my throat. So I'm opening the mouth to release the exhale. Come back to neutral. We'll switch sides. Fingertips pull away from each other. Pull the belly in. Feel strong. Very upright like the mountain. But our focus is on the movement of the neck and the head. Excellent. When we come back to center, grab hold of your elbows, lift up. And now some side to side bends, keeping your head framed right up there in the upper arms. Stabilize your hips so you don't feel yourself swaying your hips at all. Make sure your hips feel almost immobile so that you're isolating the movement above that. Soften the knees, feel your feet, feel strong in the legs, but trying not to sway your hips from side to side. When we release, it'd be like a backstroke in the pool. Let's try another one like that. Inhaling up and all the way around. One more time, inhaling up, all the way around. Let's try a forward fold. So hands are going to come to the front of the thighs. Soften the knees a lot. Glide yourself down, all the way down. Look down and underneath yourself, or remember, if you decide somewhere in between is better for you, maybe you end up resting your hands on your shins or above your knees, but you're allowing your head to fold down and pay attention to the sensation. If you can go all the way down, that's great. Surrender the weight of the head. Keep your eyes open. You want your hands touching something. So if you can't reach your fingers to the floor, I suggest you bring them to the shins so you feel grounded. Deepen the breath. When we jump our hands back to our thighs, we're going to come into that position for the tuck and the tilt. Strong arms, no bend in the elbow. And now I want you to start moving your pelvis into the tuck and the tilt. Back of the head, neck and spine in alignment as best as you can. Strong arms, strong thighs, moving the pelvis in that stability. Tuck and tilt. Beautiful. Let's come all the way to standing. Now, locate your chair so you got it right there by you. So we can do some movement, balancing on your toes. I want you to lift your heels up, stretching the fascial layer around your soles of your feet, and then drop on down. Maybe the toes pop up. So balancing. So if you can release the chair for just briefly, I want you to just practice that. And pay attention to how it feels in your ankles, toes, the balls of your feet. See if you can balance. I'll bet it'll be surprising. I'll bet you'll be so surprised and tickled that you can balance on your toes. Let's try a deeper balance, and that's going to be a squat. So I want you to squat where most of your body weight has pulled back, so it's away from your knees. Now I'm holding onto the chair. I'm going to lift up my heels, and then I can see if I can surrender. Maybe my hands can come to a prayer position, or I just briefly pull them away from the chair. Drop the heels whenever you need to and start over. Maybe you just take a breather, straighten out the legs, but coming into that squat where you pull the body weight away from your knees and you lift your heels up and you balance there. A very kind of advanced, I'll use the word advanced way of doing this, is a very deep squat where your heels, where your buttocks comes right down into your heels and you're still up on the toes, balancing. So work with it just a few more breaths, stay with it. And then when you are ready, just come up to an upright position and take a pause. Let's just meet in our upright position of Tadasana, our mountain. All right, I'm going to try a little balancing that's going to include some movement. We might have done this the other day. I want you to simply take a step forward with your left foot and then come back. So take a step forward and then come back. Have your chair wherever it feels like it's handy, and that, if you needed it, be there. I like, my traditional way is that the standing leg is near the chair. Let's get the arms in motion. So if we're going to step forward with one leg, the opposite arm is what's going to reach forward, but the other one is going to come back. So just bringing yourself in it and out of it at a pace that works for you. So if you're feeling the balance is just easy as it can be, then just kind of move in a way that feels sort of fun for you. Pay attention, pay attention. That's the best advice I can give you. Shifting your weight and pulling back and letting your arms swing opposite limb. Let's hold it now. Take the step forward, hold it. So your arms are extended as high away from you as you can. I'm pulling that back arm way, that's it. I can't go any further. putting more body weight into the front leg and then maybe going back to the back heel, just for curiosity. Full breath in and out. Let's come back to neutral. I'm going to switch my chair so I've got the standing leg near the chair. Catch up with your breath. I'm actually going to take a drink. Give me a second. We'll move to the other side. Start with a step. Just get yourself situated with a step forward and back. Pull the belly in, get strong, and then start adding that opposite limb. Keep your head up. Try not to look at the floor. Find the rhythm here as you bring your body weight forward and back. Steadiness of breath. You're not on a balance beam, are you? When we're not walking on a balance beam in our daily life, so it's just this step forward in its own track. Hold it now. Back arm pulls back and up as much as you can, shifting body weight however it feels good for you. Feel your feet, feel the strength of your core. Now settle into the fullness of your breath. You know you're doing good yoga when you've reunited yourself to the rhythm of your strong breath. Good. Then let's come back to neutral and shake it out. Shake those legs. Give yourself a little bounce. And we're going to stretch it out by bringing ourselves into that extended forward fold. So start walking away. This is a good time when you can stretch through the back of the legs, back of the knees. In other words, sort of locking the knees. You can really try that, stretching through, feeling that in your calves, into the Achilles part of your heel. Make sure your arms are close to your head, that your hands are the same distance apart as your feet are. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel your body weight in your feet, more so, much more so than in your hands. Your legs, your hips, your buttocks has plenty of strength to keep you here. Deepen the breath. And we're going to start walking forward. Right foot is going to step forward, left foot back, both heels down, lift up. Upright spine, nice verticality of the spine, palms come together. Inhale up. Exhale, bow into yourself. You could always keep one hand on the chair. Inhale up. Exhale, go wide, way back, all the way down. Step forward and back. So you switch legs. Other knee is bent into this warrior one position, upright position now with the spine. Both heels are down. Hip headlights shining straight forward. Inhale up. Exhale, bow into yourself. Inhale up. Exhale, go wide, way back. Both hands on the chair. Let's bring ourselves back into that extended forward fold. Try to straighten out through the backs of the knees. Body weight entirely, pretty much, into the feet. Find your breath. Tuck your chin in towards your throat. So tempting to try to look out, but let's keep some neutrality about our neck. Start walking forward back to our upright position. I'll center my chair now, grab my block and come back now for seated postures. And this is where we'll need our Kleenex as we come into some breath work. Actually, I'm going to move a little closer for the time being. You might recall the alternate nostril breath. It's called Nadi Shodhana, I think, Nadi Shodhana. So let's find our mountain position here, using the block to our best advantage. I seem to like it in my ankles. Pull the belly in so you feel strong and very stabilized. And Nadi Shodhana can be done with the use of your hands to plug your nostrils, but it also can be done very effectively, maybe surprisingly, with your intention. So I want you to just disregard your hands, utilizing the movement of your hands to plug your nostrils. Instead, take a deep breath with me and inhale through your right nostril. Exhale through the left side. Inhale right. Exhale left. Your best guess, your best way to do it. Inhale right. Exhale left. That's our intention. Right. Exhale left. Stay here. Exhale completely now. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left nostril. Exhale through your right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Now inhale right. Exhale left. Switching. Inhale right. Exhale left. Last time. Inhale right. Exhale left. Let's just breathe in and breathe out through both nostrils. Exhale now. And inhale through your left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Just your intention. Inhale left. Exhale right. Stay here. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Stay here now. Inhaling left. Switching. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. And return to your normal breathing. Take a moment now, close your eyes, bring your palms together at the Anjali Mudra, bow into yourself now. As you breathe in and breathe out, connecting to this pranayama, this experience of you and your breath. Profound experience. Bring your hands back to your lap. Let's gently open the eyes. This is called a forceful, fearsome breath. Exhale strong. So it's just going to be inhale. Let's say you just inhale through your left. Actually, I remember now that it does use a finger to plug in. So if we're going to exhale on one, if we're going to breathe through one side, plug the other side. So plug your nostril, your right nostril, and inhale through your left, and then force it like you're trying to blow the snot out. I don't know how else to say it. You're just forcefully exhaling it through that left side. I found it that I could do it. What I do with my, I found that I could do it smooth sailing after a while. There was no sloppiness about it. So stay with one nostril at a time, where you've done maybe 3 or 4, inhaling through that side and then forcing that exhale all the way out. Yeah, that was clear sailing. Before you switch sides, take a moment to be sort of in a reset mode where you're just breathing naturally, both sides. And then begin to set up, plug the other nostril. Inhale is just strong. It comes in all the way, but it's really forceful exhaling. Last time. And then just release your normal breathing. Palms together, bow into yourself, eyes closed. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the bow into yourself, the Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Namo is bowing into the universe and into the teacher that is within you. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Let's release and bring ourselves for this final breath practice. Our hands are here. This is a common one for us. It's called breath of fire. Inhale, exhale, all done through your nose if you can. You should feel a lot of movement in your belly. Actually, let me rethink that. It's not, the breath of fire is not like that. It's the inhale just comes naturally. The exhale is forced. So you're snuffing out both nostrils and the movement is just randomly. So you don't have to worry, where's my inhale? Where's my exhale? Sorry about that. It's just that forced exhale. So let the inhale arise naturally, but it's quick, and then force it out of the nose. That's where you'll start to feel the belly move. I'm going to even stay still so you can see that. Now let's relax the arms. It always does that. It just starts bringing out a detox almost through my chest. And this time, arms are going to be behind the back. So you're going to grab hold behind the back. So there's no twisting. Ready? Forcing out the nose, pumping through the abs. That's it. Take a pause. Last time, arms here, up overhead, grabbing hold of the elbows, framing your head inside. Same exact breath, different arms. Release. Take a big circle with those arms all the way down. Thank you. Excellent. I got to get a drink. Let's find our mountain pose in our seated position now. Palms are forward. I disregarded my block for now. If you choose to use it, it's okay with me. Nice strong belly, nice strong back belly. Back. You're trying to really stabilize the back by initiating that abdominal strength. Inhale up, palms come together. Look up and hold. See how your neck is doing. Exhale, bow down. Again, see how your neck is doing, how far down you can drop your head. Inhale out. Exhale wide into a T. Thumbs are pointing back, palms are open, and stretching your fingers apart. Turn your head from one side to the other. Let your breath support it, however it feels natural to you. Excellent. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Reach forward so your armpits can lay on top of your knees. Look down and underneath yourself. If this doesn't work for you to be in such a deep fold, just bring your hands to your thighs and come about halfway. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ankles in line with your knees. So if you've opened your legs a little wider, that's okay. Just be sure your ankles match up with where your knees are. Deepen the breath so you feel your belly breathing now. Big belly breathing. That's the purpose of the fold. It's for cleansing and circulating more oxygen, more blood supply into the intestines. So you're into that digestive system of the belly. Jump your hands to your thighs, squeeze your elbows into your waist, come up halfway. Tuck your chin, spread your arms away from you like wings. Bring your body weight into your feet. Feel the engagement of your legs like none other. Inhale with me up. Exhale, heart. Inhale up. Exhale, go wide. Now let's take some alternate leg lifts, lifting and straightening. Knee again. Knee bends, straightens, bends, and down. Try to keep your spine long. Hold the chair or not, your choice. I like to try different things like holding onto my pelvis so I can feel the sense of grounding and stability in my pelvis. Whatever gives you stabilization, try to employ that. Get to know your body. Really bend the knee and lift it high. This should do it where we've done the same number on each side, both feet to the floor. Take a pause. Extend that right leg straight out. Heel down, toes up. Inhale with me. Exhale, heart. Inhale and reach for the foot or the ankle or the floor. Folding forward, tuck your chin. Try to straighten out the leg, and you can use your hands in any way. Be very creative. What's supportive? Hands to the floor may not be enough support for you, and that you feel better if you're touching that extended leg in some way or grounding through that side of the hip. You're trying to lift your toes away from the floor on purpose so your foot is very flexed, and that's going to give you more stretch in the calf. Deepen the breath. Fold your belly down towards your legs. Jump your hands to your thigh, come all the way up. Let's work with that straight leg. Interlace your hands underneath that. Lift, 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 all the way up, all the way up. Point, flex, move your foot around. It's as high as you can make it. Don't hold yourself up with any reference to your knees. Keep that free. You can use your calf, you can use your thigh, but you're not going to grab hold of any part of the knee joint. It's a straight leg up, and you're going to keep working on it to see if there's any more range of movement. Might surprise you. Wouldn't that be fun? Just a surprise. Look at that. Spread your toes, work around your foot so you really feel your ankles start to loosen up. That tight fascia of that sole of the foot starts to release tension a little bit. We're going to let that leg come down. So it's a real gentle hold. I want the strength of the leg to do it all the way down, straight down. Now, see if you can hover that foot above the floor and come into sort of a mountain position. Inhale up. Exhale hard. I'm still hovering. Inhale up. We're going to lay that foot down and reach for it one more time. Deepen the breath. One more full breath. Jump your hands to your thighs. Let's come back up. Step that foot. Take a moment. Extend the other leg long. Heel down, toes up. Keep yourself within the frame of your hips, within the frame of your chair. Inhale. Exhale. Up. Reach. Fold your belly down. Again, you're going to support yourself here, keeping the toes up, heel down. Feel that stretch in the back of your calf. Hold on to the leg if you need to. Any place at all, ground yourself into your hips or hands to the floor or some part of your leg. The standing leg stays strong, pushing into the ground. Release the weight of your head. Try to just soften so you're managing the weight of your head. That'd be a better word, managing the weight of your head. But you can feel its neutrality. There's no strain in your neck. Big belly breaths. Jump your hands to your thighs, come up. We're going to get hold of that leg and bring it all the way up now. Move your foot around. Spread your toes. See if there's any more room, any more range of movement that you can be surprised by. When we release it, it's a gentle touch. So it's the strength of the leg. This is where we're hovering. Get as low as you feel comfortable. So it's still hovering. It's not touching the ground. Get strong with your core. Inhale up. Exhale, heart. Hovering that leg up. Here's where it descends all the way down. Fold down. Heels back on the ground now. Breathe in and breathe out. Hands can jump to your thighs. Let's come back up. We'll step back, both feet to the floor. Let's try a wide angle, a wide stance where your heels are sort of in and your toes are out. So the bend of your knee seems to be in line with the toes. And let's bring our forearms and elbows to that. And I want you to just pound yourself up off the back of the chair. So you just shift your body weight into those feet, into those strong legs. And then hold that. See if you can find that stabilized arms, no bend in the elbow, wide stance, and you're floating yourself above the chair. Full breath in and out. No, you should have no weight in your knees. Your butt is pulling body weight back. So if you're feeling this in your knees, I want you to just disregard this pose. Just sit right back down. Let's come on into our seated position with our legs in that wide straddle. Hands come up here. Let's find a little movement for the oblique muscles. That's those waistline muscles of the side abdominal walls. Go as low as you can. So you don't need to stop at the top of your thigh if your ability is to drop beyond that. Last time, each side, there we go. Let's lift up now. So we've grabbed hold of our elbows up and overhead. Keep your feet planted. Your knees are pretty much in a right angle. So make sure your heels are underneath your knees in case they've slipped out of position. And see if you can bounce off of that. So you're coming right back up. So again, we're still working on the side abdominals, those obliques, really toning them, but requiring our muscles to bring us right back up. Bounce up. Last time, each side, here we are. Take a big sweeping motion to come out, go way far back. Bring your feet back to center. Palms come together at the heart space. Bow down into yourself. Om Namo. Gurudev Namo. Open the eyes. Let's try a final movement in our asana practice is going to be a twist. So just cross one leg over the other, center your crossed legs, make sure your thighs are pretty well squeezing in toward each other. Inhale up and exhale, twist toward that top leg. Set up your twist. Sometimes we do so individual shoulder rolls. I feel pretty loose myself here from the movement we've done so far. So just revolving from the very base of this and working your way up. Turning your head when you're all set up. Your body is rotated and then your head gets to come along for the ride. And the beauty of the chair, we can hold on to it in various ways. We can kind of pin ourselves, stabilize ourselves, hands underneath us, sitting on a hand. All those things are wonderful, work so great with the chair. Such a good twist. Let's unwind the head and then the shoulders, and we'll just switch sides. Crossing over, centering the knees, squeezing the thighs. Your standing leg is properly placed as a nice, pillar of strength. Inhaling up. Exhale into your twist. Start low, work your way up. It's a work in progress, isn't it? It's always sort of working its way. These twists just work us as we work them. Find your breath. It's going to be different one side to the other. We're always aware of that and accepting of that. Kind of squeeze your thighs for more stabilization. Now find the fullness of your breath. Unwind your head first and then your shoulders, and we'll come back to neutral. All right. I want you to sit back into your chair for our relaxation and meditation time. So make the appropriate adjustments you need to your space. Maybe you got some rituals that you like to utilize. I love that. Let yourself be completely held by the chair. So if you're in your chair, you scoot your hips back, way back, so that you can easily recline into the backrest. Close your eyes when you feel comfortable. Soften your mouth, relax your facial muscles. And let's use just a point-to-point breath awareness to bring us into this meditation time. Let your inhale come from your chest bone, right at the heart center, and draw it up to the crown of the head, and then exhale from the crown of the head back into your heart center. Making this heart to mind connection. Of course, your whole body is benefiting from your breathing. But this point-to-point reference is a beautiful meditation practice, technique, really, to give our mind a focal point, simplify the vastness of our thoughts to just this. Heart to the crown of the head, crown to the heart. And once we establish that breath, your body will just do it. You can trust that that heart to mind, mind to heart connection is flowing now. You can relax into it as you bring your awareness now into the facial muscles and soften the skin around your eyes. You soften the skin behind your ears and down into the back of your neck, around to your throat. You relax your right shoulder joint, your right elbow, your right wrist. All of your fingers on your right hand are soft. Awareness back to the wrist, to that right elbow, and the right shoulder joint. Breathe in and breathe out from the chest to the crown of the head and back. Our awareness moves to the left shoulder joint, the left elbow, the left wrist, and all the fingers of your left hand are soft and relaxed. Back to the left wrist, the elbow, the left shoulder joint, and back to your heart center. Awareness falls to the belly, into the navel center, and over to the right hip joint. Awareness flows to the right knee, to the right ankle, the sole of your right foot, all of your toes. Ankle, right knee, right hip joint. Back to the navel center. Left hip joint. Awareness flows to the left knee, the ankle, the sole of the foot and all of the toes of your left ankle, left knee, left hip joint, navel center, heart center, crown of the head. Let your breath flow in a natural rhythm of movement, breathing all the way in before you breathe all the way out. Let yourself be held by the chair. Feel the stability and the comfort, knowing that you are fully supported, held. Mouth is relaxed, no tension. The particular area of your body where you are prone to holding tension, be sure you have visited that and gently and compassionately released that tension. Let it go. The poem by Dana Faulds, Breath. Breath, the mindful breath, the rhythm, out and in, the wave that washes through our days, creating space for stillness, sorrow, joy, or exaltation. Full, then empty, ebb and flow. Breath accompanies each step into the unknown. In the breath, the soul finds an opportunity to speak. Images or intuition, poetry or wordless wisdom come and go. No effort but to breathe and listen. Now invite the experience of gratitude. Maybe you can just draw gratitude right into you. It's within an easy reach. Or maybe today you have to conjure, or you choose to conjure up someone or something that always seems to evoke that sense of gratitude within you. Feel the gratitude though, as a, what am I trying to say? A substance, that there's actually this felt experience. This energy of gratitude is very real, it's visceral. And we thank yoga for our vibrant and healthy body, for our alert and focused mind, our loving and compassionate heart, and for the lightness of being. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale it out of your mouth like a sigh. Again, in through the nose. Last time. Sigh it out with a sound now. Flutter your eyes back open. Bring your palms together at the heart space. Bow into yourself and to one another. Namaste, my friends. Thank you for joining me.